I was just an ordinary librarian. Now I've traversed into a foreign world after perishing in a fire. In this world, martial artists are highly respected. But, I've become a useless teacher. When others traverse into another world, they usually acquire a special talent that changes their miserable life. As for me, Wienville, I'm just a failure who's about to lose his job. Zhang Xian? Is he that good-for-nothing who was dead last in the teacher qualification assessment? Heard they're going to kick him out of the academy if he still can't recruit any students. He even caused one of his students to end up falling into chi deviation. Who would ever want to be his student? He should have a good look in the mirror. How can a good-for-nothing like him even think about trying to gain Shinbairu's favor? Stories Res. Stop there. Since when did a good-for-nothing have the right to enter the book vault? You came in dead last in the teacher qualification assessment. How dare you trick the young lady into being your student? Being weak is a sin here, and becoming strong is the only way out. Must change my life and impress them all. This is my special talent. Heaven and earth have no any preference, likes and dislikes to temporal. Library of the heavenly path. The sun rises and sets, and the moon is regularly round. Not only can it see through the weaknesses of a human or an object, clap, but it also can automatically form flawless martial arts and techniques. My special talent came to, thus starting my comeback. If I'm not mistaken, your legs were injured when you fought someone else, weren't they? Have you ever been hurt in a relationship, and even been humiliated in person? Do you feel a pain in the armpit and an itch at the Jianjing acupoint every time you practice your punches? Do you usually feel a dull pain at the Danzhong and Juk acupoints? Do you feel a sense of restlessness during a full moon and your entire body is red? Are you unable to cool down no matter how hard you try to cultivate? Mr. Zhang, how did you know? And then began to give lessons to my students, cultivate the strong. From today on, be my students. Can teach you techniques to get rid of your weaknesses. Stories more. And pass my teachings on to the world. Thud. We bow to you, Mr. Zhang. Onal Stonik, however, many mischief makers found their way to me as well. Zhang Xian, you must have forced these students to take you as their teacher. Do you dare to show us if you really have got something? How dare he ruin the reputation of Hongtian Academy? Let me see what makes him have the guts. Zhang Xian. It is unwise to offend a martial artist at the level 4 body nourishing stage. Stories her. Whoosh. Clank, so what? We novel rikshan latori ex hose. Swish will only become stronger. Thud. All of you will come to fear me. Thump. Thump thump whoosh will break the shackles of this world. Stories Nos. Used to be a librarian at a university back on Earth. First classroom when died in a fire in the library, traversed into this world. Hee hee. How about it? Patty. Do you want to be my student? I'm the most famous teacher in the academy. Are you the #1 star teacher in the academy? Mr. Lu Sun. This world is just like the ones in novels. Martial artists are highly respected and the strong reign supreme. No. I'm much better than him. Well, what's your name, sir? Thought my life would be like the ones in novels. After the time travel, would become a wretch and end up being rejected by my fiancé, but afterwards, would make an epic comeback to make those who look down on me rue the day and then take my rightful place on top of the world. Stories Who Zero. My name is Zhang Swanee Eb Novel Ional Stories Hub. Whoosh, however, it turns out was completely wrong. Stories Hub. Screw you. What the hell is the first classroom? It's actually the last classroom. What a fraud, a complete fraud. Please think twice about it. Eb Novel Ional Stories Hub last means first in a sense. Never thought that would become this pathetic guy as a teacher. Why is it so hard to recruit a student? He was the weakest teacher in the entire academy. Sigh. No students here. Stories Hub. He even became notorious for causing one of his students to end up falling into chi deviation. So all students were petrified of being taught by him. He didn't have any students, was universally despised, and was the weakest teacher. In the end, he couldn't handle all the stress, and tried looking for answers at the bottom of a whiskey bottle, which eventually took his life. Now I'm the one who has to clean up the mess he left behind. Well, if still can't recruit any students today, I'll be expelled from the academy. Even if put aside my dignity in both this life and my previous one, still have to think of a way to rope someone in job. Excuse me, may know, who is it? If this is Mr. Lu Sun's classroom? Looks like my trick of changing the door plate did work. Last classroom st classroom he, another one is here. Must succeed this time. Ahem, do you want to become his student? Yes. Heard that Mr. Lu Sun is the most incredible teacher in Hongtian Academy. Everyone knows it's an honor to be one of his students. Such foolishness, such naivety. Teachers are just like shoes, and you have to see whether they fit or not. If his teaching methods don't suit you, it won't matter how well he issues instruction. Stories Hub. However, even if a teacher isn't well known, if his teachings click with you, you will see better and faster results. Really? My older brother said the same thing to me before. But don't know what kind of teacher suits me. A teacher can propagate the doctrine, impart professional knowledge, and resolve doubts. Am a teacher in Hongtian Academy, too. If some students are in confusion, I never just sit back and watch. Let me see what you're made of, and I'll recommend a suitable teacher to you. Thank you so much. Clench. Stories Hub. Swish swish. Can't figure out anything. Stories Hub. But who wouldn't like a bit of flattery? He, I'll act as a fortune teller and fool her. Sir, what do you think of my cultivation base? Novel Lonal Stories Hud. According to my observation and analysis, your foundation is solid and your talent is top-notch. It's evident that you have been cultivating both diligently and arduously. You are a martial arts prodigy. Me, a prodigy? Yes. Your lower body stayed quite steady. Every movement you made was full of strength, as if there was no end of your strength. As long as you continue to cultivate hard, you'll have a bright future ahead of you. Stories Hub. But my legs have been injured before and the physician told me couldn't make any more progress in leg training for the rest of my life. Ahem. Do you think that couldn't find out such an obvious problem? Although your legs were injured, you will be unexpectedly blessed with an opportunity. We novel Tianal Stories Hus. What is it? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Thud Stories Hub. Really? Do have a slim hope? But only 3 teachers in this academy would be able to spot such an opportunity. I'm one of them, and the other 2 have already stopped accepting students. Stories Hub. What should do then? Sir, what about you, are you still accepting students? I'm indifferent to fame and fortune. Thud. Sir, can see that you're noble, but please accept me as your student. Swear you won't regret it. I'll do my utmost to cultivate. Novel Tokal Stea. Success. Well, all right. Fate brought us to each other, after all. Whoosh. Suppose can accept you. Now come on. Let's make it official. Whoosh. Huh. So quickly. Drip. Buzz. Didn't he just say he had to think it over? Isn't he indifferent to fame and fortune? Why did he accept me so quickly then? He even had a dagger prepared beforehand. Great. Now you are my student just as you wished. What's your name? My name is Wang Ying, sir. Go back then, Wang Ying. Don't forget we shall begin lessons tomorrow. Huh. Well, okay, sir. St. Classroom. Phew, that's one down. At least, don't have to worry about being expelled now. Finally got my foot in the door. Rise hus throw just relax, Zhang Xian. Since I've come here and become you, I'll live a good life. In your stead. Rumble. What? What the hell is this? Stories hus. Whoosh. What's going on? What is this place, Library of the Heavenly Path? Library of the Heavenly Path. Library of the Heavenly Path? What just happened? Didn't traverse into another world again, did I? Or, could this be a late welcoming gift from this world? But why the heck is it a library? Was a librarian in my previous life. Don't have to do the same job in this world, do I? Might as well take a look inside. Maybe something good is in there. Maybe some old wise man or something like a system. Wow. This place is so fancy. It's much better than the library in my previous life. There are so many books that can't even see them all with the naked eye. But, is there anything else here other than books? Welcoming gifts in novels are old wise men or all kinds of overpowered items. Is all get really, just a pile of books? What kind of special talent is this? Am supposed to throw books at people with swords in my future fights? Wait. Let me see what these books are about. Maybe they're all about superior techniques. Stories why they have no physical presence. Are you kidding me? The books aren't even real. Can't even throw the books at the enemies in fights. Fiction. Gosh. What was it with that place just now? Walked in and out all of a sudden. Was it all a dream? But even if it was not, check the library from top to bottom, only to find it's of no use. What a waste of such nice decoration. What a letdown, sigh, time for lunch. Then I've got to think of a way to trick a few more students. Hey! Zhang Xian. The freshmen are choosing their teachers today. These are the students I've recruited so far. Aren't they fantastic? How about you? Don't tell me you haven't recruited a single one. The previous owner of the body, check out that good for nothing. You don't have to show off. And whether or not have some students is no concern of yours. Stories hus. Huh. See, everyone. This is Mr. Zhang Xian, the only teacher who has ever scored a 0 in the Academy's teacher qualification assessment. He's created history. Heard one of his students fell into chi deviation and was almost destroyed. Score a 0 in the teacher qualification assessment. Hope no students choose him as their teacher. So he's really dead last? Stories Hub, are you done? If you are, then get lost. Don't stand in my way of having lunch. You're rather infamous as a teacher. Don't you feel a sense of shame? Stories News, why should I? I've created history and all the freshmen know who I am. What about you, Cao Xiong? Nobody knows about you. Who are you to compare with me? What the hell do you have to be so proud of? You truly have no shame. Are you actually using your notoriety to bring shame on me? Mr. Zhang isn't like that. He's nice. Not only is he willing to accept me as his student, but he also said if we're to cultivate hard, would rank first among all the freshmen. Miss, please stop talking. Your brother told you to choose Mr. Lu Sun as your teacher, but you went behind his back and chose this useless man instead. You'd better withdraw from his lessons before your brother finds out about it. Pectional Tories Hub. Is that your newly recruited student? She seems to intend to withdraw from your lessons. What are you going to do now? Ha ha ha, managed to get a student to save myself from expulsion. Mr. Zhang, the young lady has decided to withdraw from your lessons. Wang Ying, do you realize how many people wanted to become my students but turned down? Do you really want to give up on such a good opportunity? It's not because can't bear to let her leave, but if someone withdraws from their teacher's lessons, it may end up affecting their reputation. Are you sure you can afford to take the responsibility if no other teachers are willing to accept Wang Ying? Just relax. She is quite talented, after all. Let me teach her, and she'll soar. Do you think I'm going to let this golden goose fly the coop? Fat chance. Hold on. Don't think no other teachers are willing to accept her. Stories Hub. If you withdraw from Zhang Xian's lessons right now, promise to accept Wang Ying as my student. Cao Xiong. Now you're snatching a student from me publicly. Don't think won't report you to the Student Affairs Office. Do you dare to have a competition with me here? The Academy rules state that teachers can compete with one another so as to allow the students to make a decision on their own. That way, I'm not snatching her from you. Cao Xiong may have an unctuous personality, but his teachings and cultivation base are much stronger than mine. Don't stand a chance against him. Scared to accept the challenge? If you think you've got what it takes, let's duke it out. Don't jeopardize this young lady's future. If don't accept his challenge, Wang Ying is sure to withdraw. Okay, you're on. If flinch now, I'll never be able to recruit another student again. Come on, everybody. Have a look. Mr. Cao and Mr. Zhang are having a competition. Huh? Mr. Zhang, the one in dead last? Neb Novel Stories Hub. Seriously? He's going to get his clock cleaned. Training field. According to the rules, we will give some advice to each other's student on their weaknesses. Ernovertories Mun. The one who guides the student towards greater progress shall be the victor. Wang Ying, show us your punches. Okay. Stories Hub. Sum. Pang. Sum. Your punches were full of strength, but your lower limbs seemed weaker. If I'm not mistaken, your legs must have been injured. He was able to tell at a glance that her legs have been injured. He's indeed got a sharper eye. What I'm going to do, I'm so screwed. Let me tell you a method in which you can do well in practicing your punches regardless of the leg injuries. Listen carefully. What should do? I can't hear a single word he's saying. Give it a try. Dig your feet in. Whoosh, bring the force through your legs. Let the strength fill your body. Stories Hud. Swish. And then release it. Bang. Whoosh. 63. Her strength has increased by 10 kilograms after she got some simple advice. That's incredible. Mr. Cao is brilliant. That's all from me. Your turn, Mr. Zhang. Please give me some advice, Mr. Zhang. Hold on. Don't think this is fair. Why should have to give up on Wang Ying if lose, while you get no punishment if you lose? Aren't you getting something for nothing? Well. Fine. If you win, Lu Yang will become your student. Huh? Mr. Cao. Ixio Al Stories Hub. Don't worry. He doesn't stand a chance. Just relax and practice your punches as usual. That's more like it. I'm toast. Don't even recognize his boxing technique, how can find any weaknesses in it? Eb novel. Sum. I'd rather die than be forced to have a teacher who got a 0 in the teacher qualification assessment. Whoosh. Weakness. What weakness is there in his boxing technique? Rumble. Oh, come on. Library of Stonix Han. Why am here again? The heavenly path is incomplete. The heavenly path is incomplete? What does that mean? Where did these words come from? They weren't here last time. Stories Hub. This book seems to be real. Lu Yang? Let me see what's inside. Lu Yang is from the Lu family in Xi'an City. He is a martial artist at the level 1 breath-gathering stage. Cultivation technique, Lotus Acupoint Surging Might. Martial art, soaring fists initial success, dragon fist master. Weaknesses, 12. Number 1, he uses too much strength on his feints. Stories hub. Number 2. Number 3. Number 12, his left arm is much stronger, but his boxing technique focuses on the right one, so he's unable to exert his full strength. Is this? Bang. Whoosh. Everyone has their own weaknesses. So does every technique. The weaknesses will be figured out and recorded in books, so that's what the library of the heavenly path is for. He can throw a punch that has the force of 62 kilograms at such a young age. That's great. Mr. Zhang, what's your advice? The welcoming gift seems good. Time to show you what a time traveler's got. There are many weaknesses in your boxing technique. 12 in total, I'm afraid. Ha ha ha, ha ha ha. 12? I'm sorry. Did hear that right? The soaring fist is considered a flawless boxing technique. Even the principal can't find any weaknesses in it. He was probably just grasping for straws and making things up. Don't you believe me? Workoval Fictional Stories Hub. Then we're done here. That I would have loved to go on, but... Let's go, Wang Ying. That we're just wasting our time here. Huh? We believe you, Mr. Zhang. We're not fiction stories. Please enlighten us. Cao Xiong, it seems the tables have turned. Whoosh. Lu Yang, the boxing technique you just used focuses on your right hand. Think it's better to focus on your left hand. Left hand? Mr. Zhang, are you serious? Left hand? He's just having him switch hands. Does that count advice? Won't that mess up the entire boxing technique? Fine. Just do as he said so we can get this over with. Okay. Know all there is to know about Lu Yang's strength. If he focuses on his left hand, the force will hardly reach 30 kilograms. Left hand, whoosh. Bang. Zhang Xian, just wait. What? That's impossible. Whoosh 123. What? The force has increased from 62 kilograms to 123 kilograms. It has actually increased by 100%. Even Mr. Lu Sun can't do it. 23. Did do this? It worked. Ha ha ha, the library of the heavenly path is amazing. Mr. Cao, the force of my student's punch has increased by 20% and that of your students by 100%. Do you have anything else to say? Fiction Stories Huxai, can't believe it has increased so much. Search. Erase. Lu Yang, I've removed your name. You can acknowledge Mr. Zhang as your teacher now. Mr. Cao. Let's go, Mr. Cao, we shouldn't let him get away so easily. Zhang Xian, you're lucky this time. Take care. Goodbye. I'll get even with you next time. That's enough. You're my student now. Enter your identity. Swoosh. Stories Hus, never mind. Things have already reached this point. Other teachers won't aki anyway. Have you heard? Mr. Cao Xiong had a competition with Mr. Zhang Xian, who ranks last among the teachers of the academy just now. Undoubtedly, Mr. Zhang Xian must have lost. No. He won. He made a student's punch force increase by 100%. Huh? 100%? Even Mr. Lu Sun can't do it. Fiction Stories AVS. Humph. If Mr. Lu Sun can't do it, no one else can. He must have got lucky. Don't think so. After all, the force has increased by 100%. You don't think it's luck? The reason why I came to Hongtian Academy is that I want to acknowledge Mr. Lu Sun as my teacher. But you told me the top teacher couldn't rival the worst one. That's nonsense. I'm going to unmask him. First classroom. Huh. No matter what martial arts and techniques are shown in front of me, the library of the heavenly path will automatically generate a book on their weaknesses. Browsing the books in the library in his mind, haha. I'm unbeatable with it. I'm going to reach the pinnacle of my life. Are you, Mr. Zhang Xian? Yeah, what's the matter? Heard you made the punch force of one of your students increase by 100%. Could you give me some advice, too? Want to get my power increased by 100%, too. I'm busy. What do you mean by you are busy? You're not doing anything now, are you? I'm recruiting students so don't have time to play with an impolite little girl. What should do to get you to give me some advice? You must become my student. Don't try to trick me into being your student. Just can't bear to see rats like you have your way. Never mind. Can be your student now. But I'll acknowledge Mr. Lu Sun as my teacher after unmask you. Fine. I'll acknowledge you as my teacher. But if you can't give me some useful advice, I'll tell everyone that you're a liar. What should we do? Zhao Ya is going to acknowledge Mr. Zhang as her teacher. She's too impulsive. Let's tell Mr. Yao about this. Buktanak stories Hus. Forget it. You have a bad attitude. Like obedient kids. Stories Hus, I'm here to unmask him. How can leave on a dare? Must control myself. Mr. Zhang, don't get angry with me. Please forgive my rudeness. Let me sincerely acknowledge you as my teacher. Please grant my request. Well, good girl. We thank you, Mr. Zhang. If you want to be my student, clean the room and make it spotless. On top of that, you should clean the bathroom outside and scrub the toilet. If you pass my inspection of these tasks, I'll accept you. Don't push it too much. Huh. If you even can't do such little things for me, you should leave now. Huh. Are you trying to fool me? You're too naive. Just kidding. I'm going to do the cleaning. Humph. I've lived until now without ever being a loser. Won't let you off. Wibuvel. Good job. Enter your identity then. Mr. Zhang, I'm looking forward to your guidance. Can't wait to be stronger. Can't wait to ruin your reputation. Stories AUS. Strike a blow at the force measuring stone outside. Let me see how powerful you are. Humph. Don't believe you can tell anything from just one punch. Let me see what you're up to. Fictional stories. Ho, she's using her martial art now. The book about her weaknesses must have been generated in the library of the heavenly path. Let me see where it is. As expected, the weaknesses of her martial arts are recorded here. The daughter of the mayor of Bayou City. She is a martial artist at the peak of the level 1 breath gathering stage. Cultivation technique, Bayou technique, weaknesses, 27. Zhao Ya weaknesses, 27.0. 1. She's impulsive and irritable, it Bayou technical I'd bring of it.no. 2. Of the Levi-Lide Keith gathering stage. Cultivation technique, Bayou. Though she's the daughter of a mayor, there doesn't seem thing special about her. Oh my god, this is pure. Webby picked Iona Bang. Bravo. You haven't had any systematic learning, yet you're quite powerful. The daughter of a mayor is indeed different. Thanks for your praise. Please give me some advice. I'll keep the evidence against you with my recording jade crystal. Then, you can't quibble when make it public. Zhao Ya, I'll come straight to the point. Something is wrong with you. Humph. That's impossible. Are you out of your mind? Stop the nonsense. Meant you're ill. Didn't mean to humiliate you. Humph. I'm well. Don't talk nonsense if you know nothing about me. Don't deny it just yet. Listen to do you usually feel a dull pain at the donjong and juk acupoints? Do you feel a sense of restlessness during a full moon and your entire body is red? Besides, you can't calm down no matter how hard you try, can you? Why do you know that? Because I'm your teacher. Could you help me with that? Of course. Come to class tomorrow. I'll teach you how to solve the problem. Really? If you don't believe me, you can go to other teachers. No, didn't mean that. I'll be here tomorrow. Well, what about your recording jade crystal? Are you still going to keep it? I'm sorry that I won't, crack. That's incredible that he could tell at a glance what my illness is and find was holding the recording jade crystal. Don't be late for class tomorrow. He's so talented. Why did he only get a 0 in the teacher qualification assessment? He must be a respectable man who doesn't care about fame and fortune. Rustle. Screech. My young lady. Yao Han, butler, from Bayou City. Uncle Yao, why are you here? Humph, my young lady, you. You didn't acknowledge Zhang Xian as your teacher, did you? Yes, did. The young lady is distinguished. You're not qualified to be her teacher. Remove her name from the list of your students. Do it now, and won't pursue the matter anymore. Otherwise, I'll get the principal to fire you. Uncle Yao, what do you want? I'm willing to be his student. Don't mess things up. You're willing to be his student? Can he enlighten you and make your power increase rapidly? Stories bus. Make my power increase rapidly? No? Then why, Uncle Yao, don't press me any further. Fledgnal toadies huss. Then what the hell is this, the recording jade crystal? Why is it broken? You brat. What the hell did you do to the young lady? You are a teacher. How dare you trick an underage girl into being your student? We'll kill you right now. Boom, trick an underage girl? What a big misunderstanding. Uncle Yao, you're thinking too much. If you don't stop going on like this, I won't talk to you anymore. My young lady. That's enough. Go with me to get the bedding. Have to get ready for the class tomorrow. My young lady, Storexper. Humph. Only see her as my student, you don't need to be so uptight. Zheng, don't be upset. Though Mr. Wang didn't accept you as his student, you shouldn't lose heart. Mo Shao, you're his student now. You don't understand. Ahem. Don't say that. Other teachers are nice, too. Easy for you to say. We've been practicing spears together since we were little. Mr. Wang is the best spear teacher in Hongtian Academy. You've got what you wanted. What about me? Feel so sad because failed. Pictonal story-esque, no. First classroom. The first classroom is just ahead. Let's go inside. Stories. Hun, I'm not going. Maybe the teacher is good at spear techniques, too. But the house looks so shabby. Let's just have a look. You won't lose anything, will you? Stories hub. He wants to be my student. Yes. He's quite skilled in spear techniques. Please give him your guidance. Stories muse. Sure. Show me what you can do. Take it easy. Let him give you some guidance. It's not a big deal. All right, didn't think another student would fall into my lap. What good luck. The environment here is so bad. The teacher must be average. SAS stories muse of novel sums swoosh sums never mind, if he's not qualified, won't acknowledge him as my teacher. Swoosh. Swoosh bang. Whoosh stories huss. Please give me some advice. He didn't even watch my performance. Seems like the teacher is not very good, sigh. Have you ever been hurt in a relationship? And even been humiliated in person? Have had a crush on a girl, and but don't think it has anything to do with you. Really? Zhang, why didn't you tell me about it? Who has ever humiliated you? I'll talk to you about it later. It's a private matter. I'm not clear how you know about this, but it has nothing to do with your guidance on my spear sneaks. Tianal Stories Muse. You're completely wrong. Your spear techniques are strong and decisive, just like your personality. You used to march forward with courage regardless of the consequences. But now, you've become timid and afraid of failure because you got rejected before. You're hesitant and confused when you use the spear. Stories moo. As a result, the power of your spear is greatly diminished. How could you tell that had a failed relationship and know my personality? That shouldn't come as a surprise. Your spear techniques represent your state of mind. If your mind is not open, your martial arts will be likewise. Your spear techniques seem smooth, but something is entangling them. The harder you try, the more confused you become. That's why I could tell at a glance that it is your emotion that distracts you. Even Mr. Wang, the best spear teacher in Hongtian Academy, couldn't tell this. He really has a sharp eye. Here's my advice. You must be strong enough to earn respect in a relationship. Otherwise, the girl will look down on you. So, what you should do now is to open your mind and cultivate hard. You should prove yourself with your strength. Life is full of ups and downs. No one should look down on a young man. No one should look down upon a young man. Try it again. Stories Muse. No one should look down up on a young man. Swoosh Stories Hus. Bang. Whoosh 235. Oh my god. 235 kg, your power has almost doubled. I'm Zhang. Please accept me as your student. Well, enter your identity. Got it. Stories Wuss. If had known about his talent, I would have acknowledged him as my teacher. Now that he's so skilled in spear techniques, why haven't heard about him? Sir, could you tell us your name? My name is Zhang Xian. Zhang Xian, it sounds familiar. Isn't the worst teacher in the academy called Zhang Xian as well? Stories Hus. You're right. I'm the good for nothing you know. 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 Huh. Stories Muse. Mr. Zhang, you're so great, but why? People are always jealous of the talented. Don't take it to heart. If it weren't for the library of the heavenly path, would have got a negative score. A 0 was already very good. Mr. Zhang, I'll restore your reputation. It doesn't matter. Work hard on your spear techniques. That's the best thing you can do for me. Come to class tomorrow. Don't be late. Got it, Mr. Zhang. Envy you, you have such a great teacher. But who on earth rejected Zhang? Stories her. Huh. Have 4 students now. I've run out of my admission tokens. Should get a few more from the logistics department. Logistics department. That's where can get admission tokens, if I'm not mistaken. Aren't you Zhang Xian, the most popular teacher in the academy? Shouldn't you be busy recruiting students? Why are you here? Xian Biao, director of the logistics department. Kick, the previous owner of my Cody, didn't curry favor with him, so he often found fault with him. So it's because of you that was only given 4 tokens. I've run out of my admission tokens. I need to get some more. What? You've run out of those? Ha ha ha. The teacher who ranks last said his admission tokens have been used up. That's the funniest joke I've ever heard. Haha, teachers ranking above you only receive 1 student each. He said he has used up the admission tokens. Oh. Don't you believe it? Wanna make a bet? A bet, okay. But since you're such a poor man, what can you afford? Stories Hub. I'm going to bet my reputation. The winner can slap the loser 3 times in public. Deal? Sure. Deal. Fictional stories Hus. But if you lose, you'll be slapped in the face 3 times by every one of us. Information slap. The information of all teachers and students is here. We can find out if he was lying. Ha. I'd like to see how this guy acts later. Stories her got it. Well, what did you find? There really are 4 students who acknowledged him as their teacher. What? Let me have a look. Did he just find some wretches to make up the numbers? Novel Al Stories Hin. Humph. Sure enough, Wang Ying has got injured in the leg before. She ranked 67th in the entrance examination, and she's also the young lady of the Wang family, one of the 4 main families in Tianxian City. Zhao Ya? She ranked 7th in the grade assessment, she's also the daughter of the mayor of Baiyu City. Lu Yang and Zheng Yang were in the top 100 too. Stories Hus. You must have used some deceptive means. Otherwise, how could these students have acknowledged you, a good-for-nothing, their teacher, as? Believe it or not, the result has been confirmed. It's time for you to fulfill your promise, isn't it? Stories Hus our promise? What if we don't? What can you do to us? Stop pretending in front of us, we can beat you to death. Or will you go to the Office of Academic Affairs to tell on us? Oh? Do you mean, you're not going to fulfill it? Stories Hus yeah. What can you do about it? Do you want to slap me in the face, good for nothing? Li Yuan, teach him a lesson but do not kill him. Swish got it, boss. How dare a level 1 breath-gathering guy make trouble for a level 4 body-nourishing martial artist? Humph, he knows nothing of his own weaknesses. Hello, everyone. Let me introduce something to you. There are 9 levels of martial artists' cultivation stages: Level 1 breath gathering, Level 2 Dantian formation, Level 3 Qi formation, Level 4 body nourishing, Level 5 power strengthening, Level 6 acupoint opening, Level 7 Qi connection, Level 8 grandmaster, and Level 9 supreme. The higher level a martial artist reaches, the more difficult it is to cultivate. Every level is divided into 4 grades: early, middle, late, and peak. Although our teacher, Zhang Xian, has an amazingly sharp eye, his cultivation base is just at the peak of the level 3 Qi formation stage. Mr. Li Yuan is at a level above him, however. What should my teacher do? Stories Hub Spurt. Only told you to teach him a lesson. Why did he spit blood? Boss, that's not Zhang Xian's blood. Stories her what? How is it possible? Li Yuan is at a level above him. How could that be? Hovel. Keep going then. Come on. It must have been luck. Don't be afraid of him. Go together. Web yes, boss. Sums. Ha. Swish. MIT. Sum swish. Swish. Ugh. I've hit at your lifegate acupoints that I suggest you lie down. Pictonal stories Hus flop flop flop. Encyclopedic knowledge Libris novel Aries hub from. Lifegate acupoint. Almost every cultivator has a lifegate acupoint as their weakness. Lifegate acupoint. Even a kid can kill someone by hitting at their lifegate acupoint. Therefore, as the most important part of cultivators' bodies, the lifegate acupoint is well protected and even unknown to cultivators' loved ones. Good thing I've got the special talent, the library of the heavenly path. How could you know our lifegate acupoints? Cough. From the library, of course. Didn't expect that the library of the heavenly path could not only see through the weaknesses in cultivation techniques, but figure out the defects of the cultivators themselves. Even though traversed from the earth and still don't know much about your techniques, defeating you is just a piece of cake after know your weaknesses. You made a bet with, so you should have fulfilled your promise. Why bother fighting? Stories Hus. As the lowest level teacher, you could be charged with attacking other teachers in public and deprived of your qualification. Yes. Now kneel down in front of us, and let us give you a good beating, or you'll be fired. When you are fired from the academy and are no longer a teacher, we'll kill you without paying any price. Stories muse what? So now you want to follow the rules when you can't fight with your strength. In that case, let me follow the rules too. Webn. Mr. Qianbiao, you stole Mr. Chen Ming's treasure half a year ago, and used it to please your concubine. Mr. Bai Lin, a female student committed suicide 3 years ago because of being insulted and tormented by you. And you often dreamed about her ghost coming to kill you. Mr. Du Chun, in order to seize the property from your good friend, you poisoned his wine and killed him. These things have never been known by anyone else. How did he know? Stories Hus, we were wrong, Mr. Zhang Xian, please forgive us and let us go. Cao To. Won't expose what you've done before, but if you do such cruel things again in the future, we'll make you pay. We wouldn't dare, we won't do such things again. Stories Hub, Mr. Zhang Xian, these are the admission tokens you asked for. You can come to get as many as you want in the future. Haha, see you around, Mr. Zhang Xian. Logistics Department. Maybe traversing into his world really is good for me. It was my dream, to have such a wonderful life. Don't hold me back. Let me die. Wanna die? What's going on? Stories Hus, don't hold on to me if you want to die. Let go of me, damn fatty. I'm going to die. Calm down. We can talk, if you want to jump into the lake, that is your choice, but you can't just pull someone in with you. Well, all right, that you can go. Humph. Grab. Hey, don't hold on to me. Don't want to live anymore. It's you who are holding on to instead. Pants. My pants are about to be off. The world is a mess. What's going on there? I'd better continue to recruit students. Judging from your clothes, you are a teacher too. What the FCK? Grab store. Hey, dear students, thank you, sir, bye, sir. Let me go. No. Sir, have failed to get a teacher 10 times. Today is the last day of recruitment. Please be merciful and accept me as your student. Stories Hus. Well, if you want me to accept you, at least show me your ability. What's the point of holding on to my leg? Stoies Hus Tsang Bang Bang. Sir, please keep watching. What are you going to? Crack. Stories Hus. Smash. Crack. Smash. Stories Hus. Gosh, you're just hurting yourself, aren't you? What happened? Has a book been created by the Library of the Heavenly Path again? Swish, it turns out that fierce training is a kind of martial arts too. Wang Tao is a rogue cultivator from Dihuang City. He's a martial artist at the early level 1 breath-gathering stage. Weaknesses, 18. No, 1. The ancient rhino horn dragon bloodline has not been activated. Number 2. The foundation is too poor for him to stably cultivate martial arts. So all he's got is only a bloodline, poor boy. Wait. Ancient rhino horn dragon bloodline? Yuan Tao Heavenly. In this world, a bloodline and an innate body are very important. As long as a cultivator has either of them and uses it properly, his cultivation speed would be far faster than that of ordinary people. There are several kinds of innate bodies: virginal body, purine body, pure young body, and golden body. There are several kinds of bloodlines too: ancient bloodline, new bloodline, inherited bloodline, and mutant bloodline. The rhino horn dragon bloodline is an ancient one. It's said that when a martial artist with such a bloodline reaches a high level of cultivation, nothing can wound him a bit. And it's one of the most invincible bloodlines in defense. Didn't expect this fat kid to have an ancient bloodline that hasn't been activated yet. Stories Hua. Must have this guy as my student. Huh. Well, pretty good. I'll accept you as my student. Sir, you are so wise. Story Nub Drip. Finally have a teacher. Well, don't be too proud. Hey, isn't that Zhang Xian? Can't believe he's accepting a student who is just the same as him. Shangbin, he's the grandson of Shang Chen, an elder in the academy, and one of Shen Bairu's admirers. He's rubbish and so is his student. Shen Bairu, she's the most beautiful teacher in the academy, having many admirers. The original Zhang Xian used to be one of them, so Shangbin often found fault with him. Stories Kur, who are you talking about, rubbish? You, of course. Stories were, well, no rubbish is talking about me. It smells so bad. You're the worst teacher. How dare you insult me? Even Bairu is laughing at me. Stories were, damn it. Calm down, keep your manners in front of the goddess. Was wrong? I'm afraid no one in the whole academy doesn't know your level. Saw the fatty just now. His punch force is only 15 kilograms, and he can only defend. He even ranked last in the entrance examination. Stories Muse, but you and he are good for each other. You both ranked last, after all. Ha. He ranked last. Zhang Xian. Good for nothing? What have done? Are you finished? Stories Muse, then you can go now. Miss Bairu, let's go. We've been listening to this rubbish for too long. It will affect your flawless temperament. Mr. Zhang Xian. Stories AUS. No, you didn't have a good performance in the teacher qualification assessment, but don't give up. You'll get good grades next time if you work harder. Does she think that I'm giving up on myself because accepted Yuan Tao? Thank you for reminding me. No, this student can do nothing now, but it can't be said that he has no potential. As long as teach him well, he will stand out one day. Mr. Shang, I'm a little tired today. Damn it. Then dinner, want to go back to get some rest. I hope you stop following me. Zhang Xian, wait and see. We'll definitely teach you a lesson. Anytime. Miss Shen, it's okay to change the dinner plans to supper, if not, breakfast is okay too. Hey, where are you going? Secret LY, my classroom is not in that direction. Secret LYO. He caught me. Stories Muse, Mr. Zhang, I'm weak and not smart. Being your student will certainly damage your reputation. Think, you'd better dismiss me. Grab. Well, don't worry. Now that you've entered your identity, super serious stories, you'll be my student forever, whether you are alive or dead. Oh. No more explaining. You are so considerate towards the other people. I'm moved by you. Let's go. I'll show you around my classroom. Mr. Zhang, if don't come tomorrow, will you dismiss me? Dismiss? I won't. I'll throw you into the lake where you just wanted to jump into. Didn't you hear me? You'll be my student forever, whether you are alive or dead. Rest assured that I will do my duty and bury you well by then. Zhang Xian's dormitory stories new. Well, today is the last day of recruitment. It seems can only have 5 students. My class is starting tomorrow. Have to figure out my cultivation base now. Story. The cultivation technique the previous owner of my body practiced is called Hongtian 9-level spells. The 9 levels correspond to the 9 levels of martial artists' cultivation stages. Hongtian 9-level spells, it's one of the most popular cultivation techniques in Hongtian Academy. Among all the teachers in the academy, I'm the only one who's still at the peak of the level 3 stage. Whoosh whoosh, the others are at least at level 4, so must speed up my cultivation. Book Valalt. Stories wonder if can solve the problem of my cultivation found earlier. Condensing qi is to gather the spiritual energy particles in the air into my dantian, and then compress and condense them into qi. It usually takes lots of effort to condense qi. Ordinary cultivators have to stick to it day and night for 3 years to fill up the dantian and advance to a higher level. Stories more. Do really have to do such a boring thing for years? But we'll have class tomorrow. If those students know that I'm at the qi formation stage but cannot condense qi, they will definitely drop out. With the help of the Library of the Heavenly Path, I've known the weaknesses of Hongtian 9-level spells, but there are too many problems. Thousands of them. There's no way to make up for the weaknesses instantly. Stories more if can input a lot of different cultivation techniques, and use them to make up for each other, maybe. Book Valalt. Mr. Mo. Pictio al Stories Muse. It's almost evening. What are you doing here so late? Mr. Mo, an elder, one of the guardians of Book Vault. I'm going to break through the level 3 cultivation stage, but I'm a little confused, so came here to solve the puzzle. Stories Muse. You are so diligent. The Academy needs young people like you. The secret books of the level 3 stage are on the 4th row of the bookshelves. Go ahead yourself. Thank you, Mr. Mo. Well, he's good. It's a pity that he's not very talented. Novel fictional stories Muse wish him a good result in the next teacher qualification assessment. There are so many books. Webno cultivation techniques too. It seems that the book vault of Hongtian Academy is just as good as modern libraries. Cultivation techniques onal stories hus. Cultivation techniques for it should be this way. Wending spells. How about these cultivation techniques? There are more than 3,000 mistakes in every book here. It seems that the Hongtian 9-level spells can be recognized as good. It only has about 1,000 mistakes, after all. No wonder it's so popular. But have to find the right way out of so many mistakes. Tinal stories more. Wouldn't that take a lifetime? Wait. I'm about to break through. Why should revise the whole book? Just need to revise the chapter of breakthrough. Good. There are only 10 mistakes on this page. Stories more. The Library of the Heavenly Path only marked the mistakes but gave no solutions, but can synthesize other books, ignore the mistakes, and put the right content together. That way, can get the correct breakthrough method. Oh, right. Web, now that I'm here, should collect the techniques of the level 4 and level 5 stages as well. Stories Muse. Humph. He's flipping through so many books, he's undetermined and impatient. Flip, how pretentious he is. I didn't know that he was such a person. It's done. Slot. Have recorded the techniques of the level 4 and level 5 stages. Now need to go back and summarize them. Have you solved your problems so fast? Aren't you taking a copy back? Wibubble, well, it was not a big problem. No need for a copy. Thank you, Mr. Mo. Bye. He didn't make a copy of any book, and even said it was not a big problem after flipping through many books. Rictional Tories. How frivolous. It seems must tell the principal to rectify the bad manners among teachers. Zhang Xian's dormitory Anetetre stories AR. Even if can copy the correct part of every book with the help of the Library of the Heavenly Path, one can finish copying thousands of books? Blee. Whoosh, why was brought to the library again? Some whoosh. These books, whoosh whoosh whoosh, they're the ones the library just recorded. Whoosh whoosh whoosh, what's going on? Buzz Tianal stories cuss. Pop. Is this a collection of thousands of secret books? And it's all about the correct parts. This book doesn't belong to any of the original secret books. The cultivation methods recorded in it are unheard of. But such a powerful book has no title yet. Am the one to name it? Since it's the correct content of secret books selected by the Library of the Heavenly Path. I'll call it Heavenly Path Divine Technique. Whoosh Heavenly Path Divine Technique The name appeared automatically. Whoosh. Whoosh. Buzz. A breakthrough, so fast? It takes other people years of constant nourishment to break through to the body-nourishing stage. But it just took me half a night to break through the level 3 stage, to the peak of the level 5 power-strengthening stage. Also, is this superior chi of the 3 levels? But, it said that cultivating superior chi requires at least saint or divine cultivation techniques. It must be because of the Library of the Heavenly Path. Took the Hongtian 9-level spells as a model to cultivate, but in fact I have avoided all the mistakes. So could gather superior chi. Does that mean, with the help of the Library of the Heavenly Path, can also write a book of a saint or divine cultivation technique? Haha. Knowledge Library. Superior inferior. There are 3 levels of chi, superior, middle, and inferior. The higher the quality of chi, the greater the accomplishment in the future. The cultivation techniques are divided into 5 levels: divine, saint, spiritual, ghostly, and mortal. And there are 4 grades of every level: lower, middle, upper, and peak. This is definitely superior chi. The cultivation today has not only strengthened my body but enhanced the quality of my chi. Whoosh. Let me check out how much my power is. Wang Ying and others could measure their power by hitting the stone with all their strength. Stories more. Let me see how strong my first strike after the breakthrough is. Whoosh. Bang. Nush. Cauldron's note, Cauldron U003D 1000 kilograms. Really? This is similar to the strength of an acupoint-opening expert who has opened 4 acupoints. It must be because the Heavenly Path Divine Technique has done something more than refining my body. It's so powerful. Clench, but it must be kept a secret that reached the peak of the level 5 stage overnight. Rustle. Who made the sound? What is he doing out here at this hour? Let me check it out. He's going to my room. He hasn't found that I'm here. Is he here to make trouble for me? Pictiona's Starin's PVD brat, it's all because you had the audacity to take advantage of the young lady. Take out. He secretly came here to hurt a teacher in the middle of the night, should take off the teacher's uniform first. Can't let him know my identity. Who's there? Oh, no, he noticed me. Since he came to trouble me, may fool him if say I'm here for the same purpose as him. I'm here to kill Zhang Xian. Who are you? Then go ahead. I'll be here to keep watch for you. Huh, what about you? Didn't you come to kill him? Don't want to kill him. Just want to teach him a lesson. I'm going to cut that part of his body off and make him a eunuch, so he won't be able to be rude to the young lady again. Damn it. If had gone to bed instead of cultivating just now, the consequences would be horrible. All right. You can go first. I'll be after you. If go first, he'll die. There will be no point in castrating him then. Is it really a coincidence? Was going to castrate Zhang Xian when someone came here like me to kill him. Makes sense, let's go together then. This man have a very suspicious mind. Step. Swoosh is he, at the peak of the level 5 stage. Use your technique to lift chi and lighten your body. He's using his technique. Whoosh. It's a familiar name, seem to have heard of it somewhere before. Yao Han is the butler in the Major's mansion in Bayou City. He's a martial artist at the early level 6 acupoint opening stage and has opened 8 acupoints. Isn't he Zhao Ya's butler? I didn't do anything, but you want to castrate me. Acupoint opening stage? 12 cauldrons, so what? I'm no longer Zhang Xian if don't teach you a lesson today. But I'm definitely no match for him if fight him heathen. Weaknesses, 16. Number 1, his lifegate acupoint is on his butt. Without protection it will. Number 2, however. Ha ha ha. What's wrong? Well, nothing. Look. UFO. What? UFO? What's that? Lo, no hurry, you'll soon. Sum. Thud. Spurt. Bang. Crash. Isn't an acupoint expert very powerful? Can still beat you as long as find out your lifegate acupoint and know your weaknesses. Didn't you agree to deal with Zhang Xian together with me? Deal with Zhang Xian? With you? What else do you want to do? P. Hey. Ha. Hey. Ha. Thump 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 thump. Ha, that felt so good. This guy is the butler in the mayor's mansion in Bayou City and Zhao Ya's uncle. So could only give him a good beating. Aren't you a peak level 5 power strengthening martial arts expert? What's your principle? Why didn't you use your martial arts or techniques? How could you be meaner than street hooligans? Get up, however, can't let him suspew 0421U0422U041 CU0415. Got it. Can make him the scapegoat. If he hadn't bothered me today, wouldn't have thought of him. Zhang Xian irritated me during the day, so was going to teach him a lesson. No, you want to teach him a lesson, too, but if you castrate him. Well, she will definitely think it's done by me. Just blame yourself for not coming at the right time. Get out of here. Humph. Wait and see. First, this man dealt with Zhang Xian during the day. Second, he and Zhang Xian are love rivals. Third, Bai is a part of the name of the woman he loves. Oh, if it weren't for tonight's cultivation, don't know what would have happened. As expected, strong strength is the most important thing in this world. Mr. Zhang, here you are. First classroom we novel fictio. Is Zhao Ya not here today? Think she will come later. Well then, let's start the class. My teaching is different from others. Pay attention to teaching students in accordance with their aptitude. So I'll go to the wing room and call you one by one. Wang Ying. Wang Ying, you are my first studente here now. Yes, Mr. Zhang. Knew some information after getting home yesterday, only to find that Mr. Zhang Xian really is a cheater with no strength. So we'll quit later. Punch me and show me your strength again. Is it okay doing this here? It's fine. Last time, the library of the heavenly path wasn't activated, so still have no idea what her weaknesses are. Thumb. Well, pretty good. Mr. Zhang, I want to, if I'm not mistaken. Your legs were injured in a fight 2 years ago, weren't they? How did you know? How did he know how and when got injured? There are 3 acupoints on a person's leg governing strength, speed, and agility respectively. When you fought, the acupoints which govern strength were closed by accident, causing your blood to flow in reverse. Huantao acupoint, Zhongdu acupoint, Xuanzhong acupoint, so they prevent you from exerting strength of your legs like any other normal person. Master Yuan Yu said similar words, but he was unable to heal me, because only a master with superior qi can solve such a problem. Stories MANHWA. Mr. Zhang, are you able to heal me? It's just a piece of cake. A piece of cake? Thought my injury would stay with me for the rest of my life, yet Mr. Zhang said that it was a piece of cake. The reason why I asked you to come to this room individually is that I'll solve your problem. Is he really so capable? Alright, sit there. Relax your entire body. For no reason, trust him inexplicably now. Swish. This is a method in which a martial artist uses his power to control the pathway of silver needles to pierce the correct spots of the patient's body. Is this telekinesis acupuncture? Stab telekinesis acupuncture requires the user's cultivation base to be at least the level 5 stage. Has Mr. Zhang, known as a good for nothing, reached the level 5 power strengthening stage? Stab. Qi transfer. Is this Mr. Zhang's qi? Ouch. It's clear as water, without any impurities. Could it be superior qi? I've never heard that anyone in the entire Tianxian kingdom has got such qi. But Mr. Zhang Xian actually possesses it. Pull. Can feel a comfortable sensation in my legs which I've never experienced before. They are incomparably nimble, as if they have broken free from shackles. I've waited for this for so long. Even felt like this day would never come. Never thought that such a stubborn illness would be easily cured by Mr. Zhang. Thank you, Mr. Zhang. Well, now that your leg injury has healed, go back and cultivate. Yes, Mr. Zhang. I'm going to withdraw from his lessons. Is any one of you joining me? Want to withdraw, too, but Mr. Zhang will get angry and teach you a lesson. Story, so what? Anything is better than falling into qi deviation after learning from him. If you don't believe it, just wait and see. I've heard all about Zhang Xian's teaching level. When Wang Ying comes out later, she will surely look awful. Creak. Huh? Didn't you say she would look awful? Ahem. Judging from the happy expression on her face, has Zhang Xian really given her some proper advice? Push. I'm sorry for being late. Zhao Ya may know who this deformed man is. Deformed man? Deformed? Who are you calling a deformed man? Am Yao Han, the butler of Bayou City. Humph. I'm sitting in on your class today. I'd like to see how you teach them. Uncle Yao, calm down. Need absolute silence in class. Worthless people are not welcome here. Who are you calling a worthless person? Believe it or not, can beat you to death right now. Zhao Ya, can't solve your problem with Mr. Yao here. Alright, Uncle Yao, why don't you leave first? I'm having class. My young lady? Slam. Damn it. Zhang Xian, you'd better not let me get your weak points. Lu Yang, it's your turn. Come in with me. Well, okay. I'd like to see what good advice you are able to give me. Otherwise, we'll withdraw from your lessons. Mr. Zhang, do you need me to show you my technique? Stories inv. At such a young age, you're able to make initial success in the soaring fist, and master the dragon fist. Not bad. How did you know I'm cultivating the dragon fist? In order to become stronger, even keep the fact that I've been cultivating this martial art from my family. Because when you showed us the soaring fist yesterday, saw shadows of the dragon fist in it. What? How could you tell it from that? Even Mr. Cao Xiong couldn't tell. How did this good for nothing make it? You've mastered the dragon fist, but every time you practice it, you feel a pain in the armpit and an itch at the Jianjing acupoint. Am right? How did you know? The dragon fist emphasizes the force in every inch of one's body, which is regarded as a dragon's body. If the user has reached the body nourishing stage, his qi will nourish his muscles and he has no difficulty in cultivation. However, you are only at the breath-gathering stage and your body is too weak that you're forcefully cultivating this martial art. As time goes by, your injury will only get worse and worse. Pa. If you continue cultivating it, the muscles of your entire arms will be destroyed. By then, no one can help you. Do you feel your body going stiff and even feel spasms sometimes when you are sleeping at night? Thud. Mr. Zhang, please help me. Don't worry. First, stop cultivating the dragon fist, and try your best to raise your cultivation base. Got it. As for other problems, we'll find a way to solve them for you. Can't believe that felt wronged for acknowledging him as my teacher, now know how lucky am. Mr. Zhang is definitely an expert, stronger than a number of masters. Creak. He's out. Have you withdrawn from his lessons? Withdraw? What are you talking about? He who teaches me for one day is my father for life. Now that the lessons have started, we'll never withdraw. Really don't know what you all are thinking. How could you think of nothing but withdrawal? Aren't you ashamed of yourselves? So possess the purine body. Yes, you aren't sick, but possess the purine body which countless women desire. The yin qi in your body is so strong. If it's directed correctly, your cultivation will soar rapidly. It's a pity that no one noticed it, and you even chose Baibao technique. To cultivate such a yin nature technique with your purine body, it's simply worsening your situation. The only solution to it is to find a technique capable of unleashing the potential of your body. Then, what kind of technique should cultivate? We'll go to the book vault tomorrow. I'll see if there are any suitable ones for you. Thank you, Mr. Zhang. Hongtian 9 level spells, level 1. Mr. Zhang, thank you for giving me the technique. Mr. Zhang, you're amazing. It's modified so well. Pay attention to your hygiene. Gave Yuan Tao an altered Hongtian 9 level spells, level 1. Let it go first. Let go. It wasn't modified much, but it's still several times more effective than the original one. Fighting spirit and Zheng Yang's strength has soared once again after gave him some advice. Alright, I've roughly gone through the problems you all have with you individually. But you all need to be persistent in your cultivation. Bang! Zhang Xian. Zhang Xian, you can use your nonsense to deceive others, but you dare to coax my younger sister? You are in big trouble. Cody nourishing stage, the level stage Wang Tao. We'll give you 10 seconds. If you withdraw my younger sister and Miss Zhao Ya from your lessons now, can let this go, stories he. If not, even though you are a teacher, don't blame me for not going easy on you. I'm having a lesson right now. Get out. Having a lesson, with your level, what could you teach? It was simply a polite formula to say you're a teacher. Who do you think you are? Shocked howl scram. I've only ever felt such a powerful aura from my master. How could it appear on a good for nothing who is just at level 3 cultivation stage? DMN it. How could get scared of fighting him? Clench. If this were to get out, how could possibly face anyone again? How could maintain prestige? Step. Sum. You're gonna die. Stories 4. Mr. Zhang. Clang. How is it possible? This good for nothing is only at level 3, how could he possibly block my attack with just 2 fingers? Even the elders of acupoint opening stage can't do that. How could he? Luck. It must be pure luck. Let go. Sum whoosh setnalo. Could it be, his true strength isn't at chi formation stage? It's impossible. In the last teacher qualification assessment he only had the power of chi formation stage's peak. Furthermore, even if he had broken through his current stage, he would only be at body nourishing stage. He wouldn't have been able to stop me with just 2 fingers. This guy. Scram. Crash Pictional Stories War. You're dead. So much noise. Looks like Wang Tao is teaching Zhang Xian a lesson. He. Let me see that good-for-nothing embarrass himself. Thump. Spurt. Bang. Crack. Alright, let's continue our lesson. That was a full-strength attack from a level 4 martial artist in body-nourishing stage. He was even thrown with such ease. Doesn't Mr. Zhang have the lowest ability in the entire academy? Has Mr. Zhang been hiding his strength? Mr. Wang Tao, didn't you go to beat Zhang Xian? Why are you? Crumble crumble. Acquired a new battle technique not long ago, was accidentally counterattacked by its power, so, accidentally, ha ha ha. A new battle technique? Did you expose the true colors of that guy? Was about to, however, there's a rule in the academy that states no one can interrupt a class, so, why don't we wait here? Then have a question to ask you, Mr. Wang Tao. Please go ahead. As long as you don't ask what happened just now. Is there a female teacher in the academy who has Bai in her name? And is there anyone pursuing her? Stories Hus Bai. That would be the goddess in the academy, Miss Shen Bairu. As for her pursuers, Mr. Shang Bin is pursuing her for a while. But that bastard Zhang Xian wanted to pursue her as well. Zhang Xian, Shang Bin, now as long as can find out whether Shang Bin had got into a conflict with Zhang Xian yesterday, will be able to determine if it was him. Zhang Xian? Your student was coaxed over by him? Yes, so I'd like to ask your grandfather Elder Shang for help. Isn't he in charge of the Office of Academic Affairs? Zhang. There is no need to bother my grandfather. I've long wanted to teach Zhang Xian a lesson. However, if we're to beat him without reason, would surely leave a bad impression on Shinbairu. But now, can make use of this matter. Let's go. Might require my grandfather's help to deal with other teachers. But with Zhang Xian, that good-for-nothing, we just need to go ask him to give your student back. If he refuses, we will cripple him. Wang Tao. Fiction Wang Tao, what are you doing here instead of cultivating at my grandfather's? Mr. Shang Bin. My younger sister was manipulated to attend lessons here. I'm trying to get her back. Huh? Zhang Xian took Miss Wang too. Looks like have to teach him a lesson. This is Yao Han, the butler of Mayor Zhao of the Bayou City. Miss Zhao Ya he serves has also been deceived. Huh? So is it also the same case for you, Mr. Yao? You can follow me entering the classroom. Today, we'll teach a lesson to this guy who has no morals as a teacher and only talks nonsense. Hongtian 9-level spells is the most basic technique of Hongtian Academy, but there are quite a few problems with it. For example. Wow! Mr. Zhang's explanation is so enlightening. No matter how incredible the techniques and martial arts are, he can point out the flaws immediately. In comparison to Mr. Zhang Xian, even my father is kind of ignorant. Yeah, don't know how to describe it. What's wrong with them? Mr. Zhang is so amazing. Creak. Stir. Mr. Shang Bin. Mr. Cao Xiong. What are they doing here? Zhang Xian, didn't expect that you would be so bold. Not only did you coax Mr. Cao Xiong's students, but also deceived Miss Wang Ying and Miss Zhao Ya. Where the hell did you get the guts? Am in class. We can talk about it later. Oh. Drop the act. Zhang Xian, withdraw these students from your class immediately. Otherwise, I'm afraid that you will have to spend the rest of this semester in a wheelchair. You're going to beat me up? Mr. Shang, don't you know that the academy forbids teachers from fighting one another within its compounds? Against others, would worry about being punished by the academy, but towards you, do you think that there is anyone in the academy who would stand up for a good-for-nothing like you? Is it because offended you yesterday that you are making trouble with me now? Aren't you afraid that Miss Shen Bairu would be angry? At least you are well aware of it. I'm here to teach you a lesson. Don't care about you telling her. He pursues Miss Shenbairu and had a conflict with Zhang Xian yesterday. It's you who beat me up. Huh? Thump. What are you doing? Aren't you mistaken? Mr. Yao. Why did you suddenly hit me? What am doing? Are you unaware of what you have done? No matter what it was. If you hit me again, I will make you pay for it. Do it then. You. Try this. And this. Once again. Thump a thump. What's going on? Have no idea. Stop them. Just as expected, they would fight. Mr. Yao, calm down that we can talk things through, let go of me. Haven't beaten him enough yet. Stories.hus dmn it, even my grandfather didn't beat me this much. Mr. Xiong, please calm down. I'll fight you to death. Enough. No matter what personal grudges you may hold among yourselves, please settle it outside the classroom. Nebnovel otherwise, will inform the Student Affairs Office. Inform the Student Affairs Office, it's so embarrassing for me to be seen like this, can't be seen by any other teachers. Fine, just you wait. The class was so exciting today. First classroom, yeah, especially Mr. Xiong and that old butler. And Mr. Zhang's strength really blew my mind. Uncle Yao, what's wrong with you today? Well, Goodbye, Mr. Zhang. Goodbye. Ayakisbur, let's go back home. Grab. Why? Don't have to go home. I'm living in the academy now. It's not me that wants you back. Pistonal Stories bus father wanted to see you. DMN it. DMN it. Being beaten up without even knowing the reason. Today has brought me nothing but shame and humiliation. Must teach Yao Han a lesson. Right. And Zhang Xian. They must be accomplices. There is no doubt. I've never offended Yao Han. Yet he beat me up, it must be because intended to fight Zhang Xian. By the way, are you sure that Lu Yang didn't willingly choose Zhang Xian as his teacher? Pistonal Stories bus. Yes. I'm sure that he didn't do it out of his own free will. Great. Since you're so sure of it, you can go and apply for an enlightenment will trial. Exeries MICR, make sure to raise the punishment to the maximum when you apply for it. It's the best way to get rid of Zhang Xian. Okay. Wang's mansion on your knees. Do you admit your mistake? Pictional Tories Hugh. You could acknowledge anyone as your teacher. Why must you choose the worst one in the academy? Father, Mr. Zhang isn't like what you think, he's very talented. Talented? Ahu. He is a useless teacher who even caused his student to end up falling into chi deviation. Does he have the qualifications to become your teacher? Humph, it's your free will to choose your teacher, so didn't intend to interfere with it. But don't you know Zhang Xian's teaching standards? That's right, Wang Ying. You should listen to your father's advice. Don't be deceived by Zhang Xian. You should learn from Wang Yan, whose teacher is Lu Sun. He had only one lesson today. But his strength has already increased by 40%. But Mr. Zhang Xian can easily guide me to increase my strength by 100%. And he has even cured my legs. Even Master Yuan Yu was unable to cure your legs. Yet that good for nothing was able to do that? Pistonal Stories BVS ha ha ha. Your strength can increase by 100%, and even your legs have been cured. What a joke. Miss Wang Ying, you should say something more believable. Didn't listen to his lessons before, but I'm sure that good for nothing can't cure your legs. Cynics, or you have never listened to Mr. Zhang Xian's lessons, so what rights do you have to speak ill of him? Will never withdraw from his lessons. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. What nonsense are you talking about? You have to withdraw from his lessons immediately. Otherwise, don't even think about stepping into this house again. If you leave, don't come back. It's a force measuring stone. Since you don't believe me, we'll prove it. Stories her swish. Bang. Swish si. Bang. What? Her punch force is 120 kilograms. But she was only able to hit with a force of 53 kilograms when she left yesterday? And, her legs are also able to exert strength, she can kick with a force of 205 kilograms. Can you see now? I have made such progress under Mr. Zhang Xian's guidance. 1205. It was also him who cured your legs? Can you tell us about the contents of his lessons? Okay, but what he taught was so profound, and can only remember a little of it. Gathering one's breath and nourishing it, I can't believe that there would be such a profound theory behind the breath-gathering stage. This is truly a theory from a real master. Am enlightened, if only had undergone such lessons back then, would be unstoppable now. Ying, you must not withdraw from Mr. Zhang's lessons. Okay. Well, Ying, can you ask Mr. Zhang whether he can accept Wang Tao and Wang Yan as his students? If it's possible, can be his student as well? Wang Hong. You are the patriarch. How could you be a student of a low-level teacher? If it were to spread, how could our Wang family continue to uphold our dignity? Stories Hus. Well, Wang Ying, we're different. We don't represent the image of the Wang family. Can you help us ask Mr. Zhang if we can also join his class? Shame on you all. My cultivation base has progressed significantly, but still don't understand martial arts much. Book Vault should quickly look into it. Otherwise, can't teach the students properly. Mr. Mo. What are you doing here this time? I'd like to read some books on martial arts. Not today. Huh. WWHY. Mr. Mo step. I'm going in to pick out a few books. Oh, Miss Xuan. Please go on in. Fictio L Stories News. Thank you, Mr. Mo. That's unfair, Mr. Mo. I'm also here to read. Why is she allowed to enter while I'm not? Miss Xuan is going in to study. What about you? Rational Stonix Moor. So am I. Doesn't Zhang Xian like me? He didn't even acknowledge me. Mr. Mo, think Mr. Zhang is also here to learn. Why don't you just let him enter? If he were to be stopped here like this, it wouldn't leave a good impression on other teachers. Well, since Miss Xuan pleaded on your account, we'll allow you to enter. However, if see you wandering around in there, we'll punish you. Thanks a lot. You are welcome. Stories bore well, I'm going in. He didn't take the opportunity to chat with. Didn't expect that it would be so troublesome to enter the book vault this time, probably won't be able to enter next time. This book vault isn't very big anyway. If read quickly, I might be able to finish reading it all today, so won't need to come again. Say no more, let me get to work. Stories Hus. Flip flip, he is doing it again. This guy is still putting on a show. Stories Bus. Flip 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 flip. I'd like to see what you're looking for. Take out. Cultivation of Wisteria. Cultivation of Wisteria? What book is he exactly looking for? He even reads all kinds of books. The way of combining yin and yang, notes of forging equipment, bear finding green emerald pills, basics to the relationship of a male and a female, stories hub. Humph. He must be here to cause trouble. When he comes out, I will surely teach him a lesson. Flip Storike Hose. Is this the reason why Mr. Mo denied his entry? Or perhaps, he knew that would be coming to the book vault today, so he wanted to attract my attention? Won't allow this desecration of the book vault to happen. Lip. Stories rub. Mr. Zhang, what are you doing? Flip. Reading. Humph, reading? If you think your actions are cool, please leave the book vault right now, I won't fall for such a trick. Oh, got it. Flip. This is more like it. Stories Hus Flip. You. Flip 10. Didn't you hear what said? The more you behave like this, the more disgusted I'll be with you. Are you out of your mind? If you are really bored, you can squat by a corner and draw circles. Stop bothering me. How dare Zhang Xian talk to me in such a manner? Fine. Looks like you're determined to put on a show, let me see how long you can keep it up. Book vault. It's been 6 or 7 hours, and he's still flipping through books. If he wanted to attract he should have stopped earlier. Phew, finally, all books in the book vault have been imprinted in the library of the heavenly path. And the technique suitable for Zhao Ya's purine body is also found. I've flipped through books for 7 hours, but she hasn't left? Leave her alone. I've done what came here to do. It's time to go back. Stop right there. Humph, Mr. Zhang Xian, from now on, the book vault no longer welcomes you. Don't come here tomorrow. Huh? Why? I've seen it all. Neither jotting down notes nor studying the contents, you were simply flipping through books randomly. Who reads in this way? So he's angry that read too fast. Anyway, all books here have been duplicated. Just accept it. Fine, just take me as a troublemaker. Goodbye. Fictional stories has wait a minute, Mr. Zhang. What is it now? Stories bus. After reading for such a long period, surely you would remember some contents. What are you trying to say? Notice that you read 8 methods of pill refinement just now, so I'd like to consult you on it. You were just pretending to read. If you can't answer my question, your lie will be exposed. Alright, hurry up. Ask if there's anything you don't understand. Have to go back and have dinner. We novel storix Hus. What's with his manner? As if we're begging him. There is a phrase in the book, if the herbs scatter, it would be difficult for the pill to form. Find it a little incomprehensible. Could you please clarify its meaning for me? You remember it wrong. Stories her. The phrase is, if the herbs coagulate, it would be difficult for the pill to form. Pill refining methods. Absorb it with qi so as to ascend to the first cultivation peak. Restore the human body's natural and sufficient ability. If the herbs coagulate, it would be difficult for the pill to form. Yin and yang merge and complement each other. Acquired fire. It means when refining a pill. The moment that the herbal fluid clumps together, it would be impossible to make it into pills. You recited the question incorrectly. You should be ashamed. Intentionally recited the phrase incorrectly so that he would be misled. Abnovel Tianal Stories bus can't believe he would see through it and even offered the correct answer. Could he really remember 8 methods of pill refinement just by flipping through it? Well, hold on, Miss Shen. Missional Stories or 8 methods of pill refinement is a basic manual that alchemists have to learn. Even if one doesn't learn pill refinement, may know something about it. Also have a question for you. How could you interpret circulating a cycle of qi, reflecting the sight of all creatures? You don't even know that is the utmost basics of cultivation, okay? It refers to the phenomenon that while one's qi is circulating through one's body in a complete cycle, one's mind would seem to wander around the entire world as they comprehend the rules behind all creatures. This sentence is recorded in Senior by Ming's Theories of Blood and Qi. And this book is on the 27th shelf and the explanation is on the 69th page. Another elder raised this question a few days ago. He couldn't explain it and couldn't find the answer in the book vault either, yet he can. Wait a minute, Miss Shen, go with me to check it out. Fictional Stories hose. I'm coming. Judging by his tone, I'd better go confirm it. It's here. Theories of Blood and GI. How is it possible? The location and the page number of the book are exactly as he said. Fusional Stories Bus. A few days ago, that elder searched for the answer in many books but failed. Can't believe it would be recorded in such an obscure book. And he read such an obscure book. Mr. Mo, if there is nothing else, I'll be leaving. Mr. Zhang Xian, wait. Drop. Is he really the same teacher who came last in the teacher qualification assessment? If he was last, with such a level of knowledge, doesn't it mean I'm just, stories Hus? What else do you want? I'm going to have dinner. Have yet to eat as well. I've answered your questions, and you still expect me to treat you to a meal? If you're hungry, you can eat. What are you calling me for? Many men have asked me out for a meal, but turned them down. And I'm giving you a chance, yet you, and who would talk to a beautiful lady like that? No, mean, why don't treat you? I'll treat you to a meal. Treat me? Okay. But want a luxurious meal. Not just steamed buns and scallion pancakes. Hee. Let's go. The library of the heavenly path allows him to see through the flaws of all skills and everyone's life-gate acupoint. However, it is unable to teach him how to talk to a lady. Zhang Xian has managed to make the #1 beauty in Hongtian Academy furious to the point of vomiting blood with just a few simple words. Russell. He walked with me for a while, but he didn't say a word. Stories Hus. Hey. Wait. That's Russell. Level 2 mind stage, tranquil mind. Martial artists don't just cultivate their chi base. What is more important to them is their mind stage. The better one's mind stage is, the swifter one's cultivation speed is, thus allowing them to reach greater achievements in the future. However, the mind stage is harder to cultivate than martial arts. Only the principal has reached such a level in the entire academy. Could it be, Fog Kofteri's Hus's teacher qualification assessment results are all feigned? His true goal is to make use of the scorn of others to train his mind, so as to break into the level 2 mind stage. Humph, turns out it was all an act, just wait and see how I'll expose you. Starving in a daze. Was enchanted by the scenery and fell into a trance. As a result, I've reached level 2 mind stage. Reach level 2 mind stage. But that's right. Am a time traveler, haven't experienced life and death. Furthermore, I'm cultivating the heavenly path divine technique and have pure chi, so it's normal to upgrade so quickly. Liquor waiter. Another bottle of drunk immortal. Treasure shop coming, sir. Service. Hongtian house, please come on in. Don't bargain with me, then it will be my treat next time. Thought she would just bring me to some casual restaurant. Didn't expect that she would bring me here. Humph, Zhang Xian, I'd like to see how long you can keep pretending. Please come on in. Take care, sir. No wonder it's the most luxurious restaurant in Hongtian Academy. Yes, it's true to its name. Bang. Don't be angry, Mr. Shang. Have applied for the Enlightenment Will trial. The Academy will take Lu Yang for inspection tomorrow. Zhang Xian will definitely be punished. As for that madman, with the beast pet that Elder Shang lent you, you can surely kick his ass tomorrow. But Sky-Shattering Lion is my grandfather's beast pet. It won't listen to my commands for now. That depends. If we entertain it with nice drink and food, it might listen to you. Sorry for keeping you waiting, Mr. Shang. All dishes you ordered have been served. Please let me know if you need anything else. Brought Sky-Shattering Lion here in the backyard. Remember to feed it well. Okay, no problem. Mr. Shang, heard that Hongtian House has great power. This manager Mr. Y is usually indifferent to the guests. Why is he so hospitable to us this time? Hongtian House has great power because its owner Elder Hong Hao is extremely powerful. And he once vied for the position of principal. However, he resigned from his position as an elder for some unknown reasons afterwards. We're treated with hospitality because Elder Hong Hao is a good friend of my grandfather. That's why Mr. Wu welcomes me with respect. Oh, that's the reason. Mr. Shang. That's Miss Shen and Zhang Xian, right? Miss Shen? Why is she together with that good-for-nothing? I've invited her for a meal multiple times, but she never agreed. Can't believe she is. I'm going over to her. Hey! Mr. Shang, you don't have to do that. Have an idea not only to Miss Shen see the true color of Zhang Xian, but also to show your impressive bearing. Oh? What is it? Place. Phew, I'm full up. Belch. So good. He was only obsessed with eating, completely disregarding my presence. Waiter, bill. Pictal yes, miss. A total of 1,280 gold coins. Why is it so expensive? Calculated the bill while was ordering dishes. It should be 100 gold coins at most. I'm sorry. This bottle of Drunk Immortal costs 1,200 gold coins alone. Fictio, but it was offered to us, thought it was on the house. You thought it was free? You should have asked beforehand. Since you didn't ask, we thought that you would be aware of its price, so we didn't say anything more about it. Stories AUSU. Don't have sufficient money on me right now, how about keeping it on credit? We'll repay you another time. Don't order food that you can't afford, since you've ordered it, pay for it. Don't even dream about eating for free here. What's happening here? It's so noisy. How indecent. Mr. Wu. Oh, it is Mr. Shang. Here is the thing that they've had the meal, but they don't have enough pay the bill. Webno st pay the bill? Mr. Zhang, don't mean to lecture you, but if you have no money, don't try to feign generosity. It's fine that you're embarrassing yourself, but you bring shame to Miss Shen as well. Huh? Stop defending yourself, Mr. Zhang Xian. I'm very disappointed in your behavior. Asked Mr. Wu to arrange for someone to serve the liquor that Zhang Xian couldn't afford. Afterwards, would appear and rescue her from the awkward situation when Zhang Xian had to pay. He. In this way, Shen Bairu would fall for me because of my generosity, 2 birds with 1 stone. Stories hus Mr. Shang Bin, you, huh? Get up. She got up. As expected. Who did you say is feigning generosity? Miss Shen, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Zhang Xian. If he doesn't have money, yet he still treated others for a meal, then he is making a fool of himself and sullying the prestige of teachers. The one who was treating isn't me but Miss Shen. What? Miss Shen is the one treating him. That's impossible. I've been asking her out for a meal every day, yet she never agreed. But now she treated him a meal? I'm feigning generosity, right? I'm making a fool of myself and sullying the prestige of teachers, right? Didn't mean that. I mean to. Mr. Shang, pay the bill. Help pay for it. Actually, mean. Pretional stories Hugh Miss Shen's bill, I'll pay for it. Huh. How is it, Miss Shen? Facing such generous behavior, did you fall for me? Stories hus don't need it. Will pay my bill myself so that others won't claim that I'm feigning generosity. Well. This jade pendant is worth at least 5,000 gold coins. We'll leave it in your care first. Web Miss Shen. We'll be back to collect it after get enough money. Give. Stories hus hey. Miss Shen isn't acting as we expected, what should do now? You don't have to pawn such an important thing here. Ismail, this meal isn't worth that much. Step. Giving him money like this, do you want to be scammed? Scammed? We Hongtian House has been honest with all our customers. Yet you said it was a scam. If you don't make it clear, don't ever think about leaving here today. Ha! Mr. Wu is taking up the matter. Zhang Xian will be in trouble. Hongtian House is so powerful, yet Zhang Xian dared to accuse them in public. Isn't he asking for trouble? Stories AUS since you asked, then we'll spare with the formalities. This violet savage bear meat normally is prepared by soaking the bear in violet flowers for 3 days. However, you took it out for frying right after soaking it for only half a day. Although the texture is almost the same. The medical properties of the violet flowers haven't soaked in yet, making it useless no matter how much one eats. What's going on here? Don't know. It's said that Mr. Wu is a scammer. Phi Doval Stories Hus. As for this Honghu mandarin fish, you advertised it as wild mandarin fishes. However, they are actually reared. Because only the tail fins of the reared ones are so small. Secretly changed all these behind the boss's back, not even professional gourmets could tell the differences. How could he? Pictonal Stories Hus. Nonsense. These dishes are as advertised. Where is your evidence? Immortal can't admit it or both Hongtian House and will be ruined. Evidence? Well. If this bottle of liquor is really drunk Immortal, drip. Is he going to? Pictismal Stories Us. It would indeed be worth 1,200 gold coins. However. Flame flame flame. Smoke ah. It stinks. Smoke. Why does it stink so much? This is green crag liquor with a similar scent. Drunk Immortal is good for our bodies, while green crag liquor is not. And this stench is the best proof. Smoke. Refund. I've been drinking liquor here for 3 years, you fraud. Refund our money in full. Refund. How could this happen? Isn't he a good-for-nothing? And, how did he know that the drunk Immortal was fake? Could he be a gourmet? Weirovel. Oh no. Elder Hong Hao. If he knows about this, we'll be. What's going on? Have no idea. If it weren't for these 2 fellows today, angry Mr. Wu, what happened? Angry, how dare you, ask what happened? Scram. Fictismal Sios. You 2 get out of here. Don't let me see you again. Mr. Wu, are you crazy? Mr. Xiong, think we'd better leave. Looks like there is no need to pay the bill. Let's go. Wibuvel. Mr. Zhang is so amazing that he can identify the flaws of these dishes. He didn't do well in the academy. Is it because he devoted his efforts to becoming a gourmet, which is considered unorthodox? Novel. Can't believe the library of the heavenly path has this function. As long as try a dish, its flaws would be reflected. So cool. Mr. Zhang, wait a minute. Patter patter. Thank you for your help today. Novel. That's all right. You resolved the problem of this meal, so it can't be considered as my treat. I'll treat you again next time. Again? Better not. Still treasure my life. Wave. Eating with a beautiful lady may be enjoyable, but would have to come up with ideas to deal with those pursuers. Don't have time for that. Versional Stories Hive. Why do feel as if was begging him when ask him out for a meal? You. Alright, if there's nothing else, I'll be making a move. Still have many things to attend to. Zhang Xian. Stop right there. Don't even think about running away. Oval. Shang Bin, what are you going to do? Miss Shen, please make way, this is a personal grudge between Zhang Xian and me. Small sis Zhang Xian, if you're a man, stop hiding behind a woman and have a duel with me. So what if I'm hiding behind a woman? This is part of my capabilities. If you're capable, find one to hide behind as well. He didn't react like a normal man, spurt shameless. Shameless. Don't you feel ashamed of hiding behind a woman? Miss Shen, I'll leave these 2 for you to deal with. Still have something on. I'm leaving. Heb novel. As a time traveler, I've seen it all before. Feeling ashamed of what? Won't bother myself to deal with a problem which someone else can resolve for me. Stories bus Zhang Xian, stop there. Swear we'll kill you today. Sky-shattering lion. Growl. Roar. Wenvil stamp. Huff kill him. As long as you do it, we'll bring you delicacies every day. We'll give you the acupoint soothing pill that my grandfather gave me too. Shang Bin, what are you doing? Killing a colleague in the academy is a huge crime. Zhang Xian was the one who wanted to kill me, and Sky-shattering lion retaliated to protect me. I'm in self-defense. What can the others say about it? Sky-shattering lion, what are you waiting for? Kill him. Nash Nasai.